Alright now, so it's been a little while since I last discussed the Saint Seiya anime, which I've been watching, but I took a little break after the Gold Saint arc because the filler arc started, and look, we'll get to that later, but I'm telling you, I had to take a break. I had to take a little break, because I think I left off episode 39, so I was basically near the start of the Gold Saint arc. I love that arc. That arc is great. Possibly could be one of my favorite shonen arcs at this current point in time. But I know, had this shit been running during, like on a weekly basis during like the past 5 years, people would have bashed this shit out of Saint Seiya, I feel like. All the power-ups that get them through that fucking whole 12 Palace challenge, which really, it was the 11th Palace challenge because the fucking dude, I forgot his name, you know, the bro, he's got like the horns and shit. Fuck, you know which one I'm talking about. I always look at the little kid. I forget his name because he doesn't show up that much. But yeah, that Gold Saint basically was like, look guys, I got your back. I'll just reinforce these armors for you because if you go in like you are now, you're gonna get fucked. And by the way, I was completely shocked with the way they started off that arc. I saw that dude with his random illusion arrow bullshit. I was like, oh well, nothing to worry about there. All the saints are here. Athena will be fine. Only to find out that there is an arrow in her chest, and they've got literally 12 hours before it pierces her chest, which is a pretty cool setup for a shonen arc, I must say. It's a little different from what you'd expect from a rescue arc, I guess. But yeah, Athena does get to be rescued quite a few times, even after this point. But yeah, anyway, look, I love that arc. The fight with, what was his name, Aldebaran, or whatever the fuck, the Seiya versus Aldebaran, even though it was basically like a little training thing for like all the saints, it was still really cool. I mean, you know, Seiya's getting the shit kicked out of him by Taurus, you know, can't do nothing, all his bones are broken, yet somehow, through the power of burning your Cosmo to the limit, you can make it through the end of the day, even if all your bones are broken out of like, on round one. I was like, I had no idea how they were going to get through that shit. I was just sitting here like, oh my god, Shiryu's still blind. Hyoga was turned into ice by his master. I was like, oh, holy fucking shit. I mean, I know it's Saint Seiya. But I could not, I was thinking to myself, like, is Hyoga gonna die? Like, he just got frozen solid in the ground. Like, there's no way this ice can ever be melted. You will be here as a statue for fangirls or some shit. I was like, that's a pretty cold way to deal with your old student. Well, not really his student, but, you know, his master's master. But basically it's his master. I mean, you know how it goes at this point. But, yeah. That was cool, and then it just turns out that the Libra cloth or whatever has all these weapons that you can use to break through the ice. So, no gold saints are capable of breaking through the ice except the Libra cloth or whatever. So I was like, that's kind of funny. But at the same time, I understand it, and we couldn't leave my boy Hyoga stuck in ice for all eternity. That would have been too cold. No pun intended, but I kind of wish it was. Now, continuing on. Yeah, I love this Gold Saint arc. The Shiryu fights were great. Of course, the Shiryu fights are always great, but goddamn, my boy Shiryu can't even catch a break. He's fighting motherfuckers. He's fighting Gold Saints blind and winning. I mean, the whole death mask fiasco. He was literally sent to the underworld twice. I was like, Shiryu. In a show where literally all the characters are always on the brink of death itself, you still somehow find a way to have it the worst out of anybody else. I mean, hell, Ikki's literally died, and it's not as bad as what you gotta go through. I mean, first of all, the fact he's even fighting Gold Saints blind is crazy, but that's how badass blind Ryu is. He didn't need eyesight until like the very end, where he, of course, burned his Cosmo to the absolute limit, which is the cure to cancer or something, I swear. That's literally the cure to everything in the show. And, you know, people are probably thinking I'm bitching about it, but I kind of like it. It's like, I love this cheesy aspect of the show where it's like the main characters are getting fucked up. It's like, ooh, Gotta burn my Cosmo to the limit. I gotta feel the fucking stars. Oh shit. I can feel my Cosmo being burnt. It's just like it's crazy shit. I just love it. I love that kind of stuff. I'm a shonen guy. What can I say? I literally watched over 20 episodes of Saint Seiya in a day and a half just recently. I mean, I'm a shonen beast. I love shonen. Even though I shit on so many, trust me. If you know me, you know I love shonen. And that's why I'm really enjoying this show. I mean, I gotta say. And it's like the originator in a ways. I'm pretty sure Sensei is the first shonen to have beams flashing the way they had in the Gold Saint arc, which was I'm pretty sure it wasn't around back then because GBZ wasn't a fucking thing. So I mean, call me crazy, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that's it's the originator. And oh man, the whole twist with Saga was cool. You're like, oh fuck, oh we gotta save the father. He's corrupt. He's got 2 evil personalities. But it turns out the fucking father of the sanctuary, or the Pope or whatever, was killed off before the arc even started. And there was a shady motherfucker Saga who's being mainly controlled by its evil side, who took over the sanctuary, which was a cool twist. That was a cool way to end the arc. But it's damn, dude, you think you should have said that while the good side was still possessing you? He's like, oh, Seiya, get away from me, oh. Hey, well, what's going on, man? Are you alright, father? Or Pope, whatever the hell your name is? There isn't much time. You must point the shield at Athena to melt the arrow. Now get the fuck out of here. Maybe you could have explained that sooner. Or I don't know, maybe Seiya's the dumbass here, because he was just standing there huh, something's going on with the Pope over there, but I wonder what I should do. But yeah, I love that scene at the end of the arc where Saga's about to get wrecked, and Seiya's absorbing the cosmos of all of his friends, because you can't have an 80s shonen without the power of friendship, and damn it, it feels good. And he gave that fucking Pegasus Ryusei Ken, it was the biggest I've ever seen. I don't know, I just love this show, I don't know. Outside of the filler arcs, there's just so much about it that I just love. I can't get over it. It's so corny, but it's so cool. It's so corny, but it's so fucking cool. I mean, what do you want from me? Sure, you could say that, oh, well, they just burn their Cosmo to win. Yeah, but it's fucking awesome. And they still almost fucking die. So it feels worth it. It's yeah, you kind of Deus Ex Machina yourself through that, but you kind of are almost about to die. So I'm not one to care about that anyway, so I don't need death in shonen to keep reading it, I mean, clearly. But somebody could die. I'm not putting it past the show, but I don't know. But yeah, I love the Gold Saint arc, but I gotta tell you, that filler arc was not doing it for me. I don't even know if I can properly make fun of it because I don't really remember anything about it. I remember what they're supposed to do. They had to get the little fucking sapphire gems from the fucking God Warriors, who are according to the Bronze Saints themselves, are either on par with the Gold Saints or close. Which, by the way, that's how I knew that arc was going to piss me off. It started it off with my boy, Aldebaran, getting his ass kicked by some random shitter who's apparently the same level of Seiya, but he still did it in one shot. But the reveal is that his twin brother took a shot at the Gold Saint's back, which he still should have been able to sense. What the fuck is that? I mean, I guess it's not canon, but this arc is basically weaved into the show, so it's kind of canon for the show, so it's kind of this is a little weird. And then, whew, boy, those fights were not that good. I mean, you go from Gold Saint arc fights to these filler arc fights, the fucking, what is it called? The Odin arc, we'll go with that. Or was it the Asgard arc? Look, the point is, I did not really enjoy this arc too much. I sped through it so I can get to the fucking Poseidon arc, which I will make a video about later. But yeah, that arc wasn't too good. I mean, Shiryu versus some guy who can control wolves. How was that even a fight? I was just sitting there watching Shiryu get eaten by wolves or whatever. I'm just like, burn your fucking cosmos! Do something! They're fucking wolves! You fought Death Mask! You fought I forgot the other Gold Saints. Oh, it flashed back so much of the Gold Saint arc. I remember that fucking guy, Shiryu, turns into a shooting star for it, which, by the way, was pretty hilarious to me. That whole scene where he, is about to turn into a shooting star, and he's like, no, Shiryu! You're too great of a man to die here! Shiryu! Take my gold cloth and go back to Earth! Athena still needs you! I love shit like that. I was, laughing my ass off because everybody was like, Shiryu! The master and his girlfriend were all crying, oh, Shiryu, it's so dead! I'm like, oh, come on, you guys. It's Saint Seiya. Shiryu literally almost dies every other episode. But it's why we love him, because he's a goddamn beast. He still pulls through. And he did pull through, but he flashed back to that part so many times when he was getting his ass kicked by the wolf guy. He's like, oh, I can't lose here. I must preserve that motherfucker who burnt up in the Earth's atmosphere. He told me to do this. And I was like, oh, that's kind of weird, I guess. All right, we'll go with that. And, yeah, I just didn't really like that fight at all. I mean, I can't really think of any of the fights I like. Even the Seiya fights, which I generally like, I didn't really like that too much in this arc. And then, they also gave each and all of the fucking god whatevers their own backstory, you know, to try to make us care, but I just didn't care. It was the most boring. It's so boring. It was so boring. I'm sorry. You go from the Gold Saint arc to this, it's just so boring. I can't even properly talk about this arc because I don't really know what to say. It was like a boring filler arc. It wasn't the worst filler. It certainly wasn't no Naruto Shippuden fillers or anything like that, but it wasn't exactly good. So, yeah, that kind of sucked. But I guess the next two arcs I'll be reviewing will be the Poseidon arc and the Hades arc, which I believe is right after, and I got to download the OVAs for that shit, but trust me, it will be done, because Saint Seiya is a damn good show, and I've really been enjoying myself, and even though, let's say you've been watching this video, you didn't really know anything about it, whatever, I don't think I spoiled too much, and even if I did, it's kind of like, it's one of those shows, even if you did get spoiled before going into it, you still enjoy it. Though, I'd prefer going in unspoiled, so in that regard, I guess get fucked, but if you know what I was going to do when you saw the review/reaction thing in the title? Episodes 39 to fucking 99? Jeez. But yeah, it's a damn good show, but it's a shame the filler arc kind of dragged it down. But I powered through that shit, and I'll talk about the Poseidon arc, which I did start, but I didn't want to include it in the video yet because I'm not done with it. So, that's my progress in Saint Seiya so far, and I hope you enjoyed it.